Alright, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today is Monday, February 26, 2024, Missile Monday. And I have this article from Warrior Haven, and it says Pentagon acquires new B-61-13 nuclear bomb. So I'm just going to go into this article a little bit, bring out a couple of scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. It says Pentagon builds a new type of the B-61 nuclear gravity bomb named the B-61-13. Says the U.S. modernization of its nuclear arsenal has been catalyzed in part by the increasingly aggressive postures of Russia and China, all but forcing a strategic pivot towards enhancing nuclear deterrence capabilities for the 21st century. In late 2023, the Department of Defense announced its intention to modernize the U.S. nuclear arsenal by constructing a new type of B-61 nuclear gravity bomb named the B-61-13. It is one of the U.S. modernization initiatives to upgrade its nuclear armament to address the evolving global security threats, especially those posed by Russia and China. The B-61-13 will replace older versions of the bomb, namely the B-61-7, with a yield that mirrors its predecessor's capabilities, but is enhanced in terms of safety, security, and accuracy. Features akin to those of the B-61-12 model. Says the technology of the B-61-13 is based on the legacy of its predecessors, employing modern inertial guidance systems for improving accuracy and incorporating the existing warheads from the 1980s and 1990s. The combination of the old and new is intended to present the United States with a more reliable and versatile nuclear deterrent that could face the myriad threats of the 21st century. The B-61-13, like the B-61-12, will be interchangeable with several strategic bomber platforms, but not the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter as initially announced. This development comes amid an escalation of nuclear arms development by Russia and China. The United States sees the B-61-13 as necessary for maintaining credible nuclear deterrence in this rapidly changing security environment. The bomb is supposed to give the U.S. military more flexibility in targeting, with the capability to strike harder and larger area military targets more effectively. This design incorporates a precision strike with a significant destructive power, particularly a crucial element in the deterrence factor. It says the aircraft expected to be equipped with the B-61-13 include modern strategic bombers such as the B-21 Raider, a next-generation aircraft under development by the Northrop Grumman for the United States Air Force. The B-21 Raider is designed for stealth and versatility across a wide range of mission sets, including delivering advanced nuclear payloads like the B-6113. While the B-6113 will not be deployed on the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, it's anticipated that other current and future air platforms capable of strategic nuclear deliverance will be considered for its development or deployments, like you. So let me see, there's just a little bit left. I'm gonna read the rest of that. It says the B-6113 is also part of the U.S. strategic response to political debates over its nuclear posture. The B-6113 represents a significant compromise between the need to maintain high-yield nuclear capabilities and modernizing the arsenal with more accurate and secure weapons. It is the balance between keeping a solid deterrent and tackling concerns about nuclear proliferation and safety. Although some perceive this latest modernization effort as a compromise, critics argue it is ill-advised. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists argues that the world's most pressing threats, not only those of proliferation, but global security challenges, demand innovative solutions beyond traditional dependence on nuclear deterrence. The decision to deploy new nuclear capabilities such as the B-6113 could only be regarded by some as exacerbating dynamics of the nuclear arms race, undermining efforts towards nuclear disarmament and diverting crucial resources from pressing global needs such as climate change, mitigation, and pandemic awareness or pandemic preparedness. Says the development of the B-6113 signals how critical nuclear weapons are to the strategies of national security, a technology that keeps evolving to meet new challenges. The ongoing decision of this weapons development then underscores how high the nuclear threat between nations remain. Yeah, man. As you can see, the U.S. is developing another, nuclear weapon. Here's the picture of it right here, man. And pretty much, again, you still have, nations gearing up for war because, again, that's the time that we're in, man. A time of war. And if you can't see that, then, there's something wrong. This is why you have Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, all these different nations, possessing nuclear weapons, It's like this is why these other nations, have these weapons because they're getting up for war, man. They're getting ready to go to war, with the beast, So I'm just going to bring out a few scriptures. I'm not going to make this one long. So as always, I'm going to start in the book of Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." Yeah, man. This is talking about, those nuclear missiles, man. The smith being, the scientists that are developing these weapons, man. And that weapon to destroy is talking about this, man. Nuclear weapons, nuclear missiles, man. These are what's going to be used for this war, man. Nuclear missiles. So I'm going to jump to Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5, and it says, "For the battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." And yes, man, that's how World War III is going to be fought, man, by nuclear weapons, because as we know, traditional wars were fought with hand-to-hand combat, man. But again, it's plain, you know, this war is going to be fought with nuclear missiles, man, because these missiles are, you know, what's going to burn America, you know. Now, you do have various parts of the world that are going to get hit, but only America is going to be left completely desolate, you know. So now I'm going to jump to Isaiah chapter 13. And verse 5. You know what? Isaiah 13 and 4. And it says, "The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land." Yeah, man. It's talking about those nuclear missiles, man. Because again, you know, that's how this war is going to be fought, by way of these missiles, you know. And what's that far country? Russia, you know, Gog. You know, that's what that's talking about, man. These missiles are going to come from Russia. Now, ultimately, you know, Russia's allies and even America's allies are going to shoot their missiles over here. But, you know, Russia's going to be the main adversary to America, Babylon the Great, you know. So I'm going to end it on this, the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. And it says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." Yeah, man. Ultimately, you know, that's, you know, World War III, you know, the day of the Lord, because it's going to, you know, go hand in hand. Because in the midst of World War III, you know, our Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come back, you know. Verse 2, it says, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not ever been the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." So yeah, man, once these missiles are shot, you know, that's it, man. You know, there will be no more use for them, because that's pretty much what they're being created for, you know, to destroy, you know, because ultimately, you know, this is Esau Edom's blessing, you know, the sword, and this is his ultimate sword, you know, these nuclear missiles, because he came into power by way of violence, and he's going to be taken out of power, you know, by way of violence, you know, because ultimately he's taking himself out, you know, because again, those Russians, they're Edomites as well, man. Verse 3, and it says, "A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them." And yeah, man, you still have parts of the U.S., you know, where the land is beautiful, you know. But again, once these missiles hit, it's gonna completely destroy the land, man. It's gonna make it desolate, you know. Because again, all these missiles are going to be delivered, you know, they're going to be shot from one end of Earth to the other, you know, and they're going to travel by way of, you know, that rocket system that is going to propel them, you know, to hit, you know, whatever specific target, you know, in the U.S. And just like I said, nothing shall escape them, man. So, you know, while the elect, you know, are going to be saved from this destruction, you know, those that are left, standing on the soils of America, man, they're not going to be able to escape, man. They're going to be destroyed. They're going to be melted in that fire, you know. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I didn't want to make this one too long. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the orders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I see you, Shalom.